And here we are inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse for the start of basketball action in the Peach Belt Conference. Christenberry Fieldhouse is the site for college basketball on a Saturday afternoon. And the 6th-rated team in all the land, Augusta University, takes on the Flagler Saints out of St. Augustine, Florida. I'm Charles McNeil. Darren Douglas is on assignment. His basketball team playing in conference play as we speak. As we prepare for this matchup, we would be remiss if we didn't tell you about some of the outstanding accomplishments by the student athletes here on this Title IX celebration, and a fantastic effort put on by the women of Augusta University as they were victorious in our first game over the Flagler Saints, picking up their 12th win of the year and looking forward to many, many more before this season comes to a close. We could be looking at a 20-win season for both the men and women here at Augusta, as this team is red hot. The Augusta University Jaguars, winners of 10 consecutive games, and not only make that 11 consecutive games, and on top of that, 16-1 record, 7-0 in the Peach Belt Conference, 7-0 on their home floor. You've heard the phrase, we must protect this house. Well, that's certainly the case for the Jaguars, as they will come out in their gray uniforms, not the traditional white uniforms. They've got their grays on today, and they will be well represented by a couple of Peach Belt Conference all-time greats. Miguel Arnold, the all-time Peach Belt Conference makes of three-pointers, the most made in a career, belongs to Miguel Arnold. He received the basketball a little earlier. We'll see some of that coming up a little later on. And also, Tyree Myers received accolades, and he'll be our halftime feature. Tyree, the all-time leading assist leader in Peach Belt Conference history. So two of the greats, and their names will be heard for a long time this season as they try to go back-to-back into the national championship picture. And we'll get a chance to see them and them perform at a very high level this afternoon. As the crowd is filed in, they are ready, and they've already been treated to one great game. Now looking forward to game 2 of our twin bill. Tyshawn Crawford, All-American candidate, with control of the tip, but Flagler jumped it and got control themselves of the basketball. That was Jack Webster. Malik Bryant out there on the floor. They work the ball the left side to Jalen Lemons. Lemons on the drive, kicks it into the corner. He's out of bounds. That was the Fiddler, Chase Fiddler. We talked about him last year as he got off to a tremendous start off the bench, brought a lot of energy to his team. And what was a spirited game played here at the Christenberry Fieldhouse last season. The 5 on the floor for Augusta includes Dimitri Gardner as the first basket scored by the all-time three-point make man. That is the second leading scorer for the Jaguars, Miguel Arnold, tickling the twine to open up the scoring. Miguel, the senior out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, South Miami High School, class of 17, as the Fiddler goes back door and scores. Chase Fiddler, 6'5", 165, out of Huntsville, Alabama. Tyree Myers, Miguel, pass down low to Tyshawn, up and under in the flush. Tyshawn Crawford put all his 263 pounds into that one as he flushed it down. Crawford averages 21 points, 9 rebounds a game, leads the team in both categories. As Miguel misfires on the lefty layup. He was wide open going to the hole, wipes off the moisture. And now they come over the left side. Now on the dribble drive, penetration, double team, closeout, jump shot in the air, and it's pure. Malik Bryant, junior out of Fort Mill, South Carolina, transfer from Barton College. 5-4 is our early score. That's Meach. Jaquez Kirby underneath, lays it up, no good, but there's a whistle and a foul coming in from behind. That was number 4, Lemons, the 5'11", 175-pound sophomore, trying to work against Kirby at 6'6", 172. Jaquez Kirby, starting his 12th game in 16 contests this season. And the 82% free throw shooter, knocking down a pair here. To get on the board, he's a sophomore out of Hazelhurst, Georgia. Lemons up top to the big man. Step through move, elevation, and he takes it himself and scores. Nice move and a finish that is by Kyle Young. 6'9", 240, Stewartsville, New Jersey. He attended Siena before transferring in. Tyshawn takes the bump and scores it. So Crawford off to a fast start. And Tyshawn was very concerned about the recent storms that came through his hometown of Griffin, Georgia. Wanted to send over his best to all of his neighbors and friends, family. The Fiddler goes flying through to deflect the ball away, intended for Miguel. We got an early substitution. A little big on big. Tyler Collier comes in, 6'8", to replace Kyle Young at 6'9". So Young with the quick move to the basket to get his first hoop. And there's a steal. Chase Fiddler, head of the field, lays it up and in. Fiddler with 4, Young with 2, Bryant with 2. That's 8 on the board for Flagler. Bounce pass, gets all the way over to Meach. Tyree for 3. Shot attempt no good, tip back out to Myers. Jaquez Kirby down low, Tyshawn double team. Goes with the reverse move and scores it. Tyshawn Crawford got stretched out earlier as part of his pregame ritual. Timmy Sellers was giving him the stretch, and he needed all of that for that reverse move. Dimitri Gardner with the defensive stand. His teammates love that. Myers. Jaquez Kirby. Got a much smaller player on him. Tried to flop. Now Myers wide open for 3. Give the assist to Kirby. And the bucket to Tyree Myers. He's the one that normally drops the dimes, but this time it's Jaquez Kirby doing the honors. Pull up, 3, Lemon. That was sweet. Lemon's out of Cincinnati, Ohio, a sophomore, 5'11". Gardner rattled that one off, no good. David Vitti pops up off the bench. He'll probably come in for Gardner. Dribble handoff. Fiddler up top, 3 ball by the big. Rattles off, no good. Rebounded by Kirby. Tyshawn posting up, powering, turns and kicks it out. Miguel was open. Now Tyree will drive all the way to the bucket with the left hand softly and lays it in. Tyree Myers, and then back the other way, athleticism personified. Flying in is Malik Bryant. Bryant's got 4. And then basketball, 16-13, fast-moving opening half of play. Gardner elevates with the float game. Nope. High floating shot, no good. Back the other way. Bryant. Fiddler into the right wing corner, Lemons to the bucket. And he gets stuck. And we've got the media timeout. It comes with 13:49 left. 13:49 left to go in the opening half. And the Jaguars, the 6th-rated team in all the land, lead it by 3 on the Peach Belt Sports Network. Let's check out some first half highlights through the first media timeout. Miguel Arnold, the all-time three-point scorer in Peach Belt Conference history. Get it in low, Tyshawn, and get out of the way. With no regard for human life on that one. Bryant with the answer. This time Kirby with some athleticism, hanging in the air to draw contact. This might be the best move of the opening salvo of that contest. Tyshawn with a variety of moves, and a steal leads to a bucket. So early scoring leaders, Tyshawn Crawford with 6 points, Tyree Myers with 5. 4 points for Malik Bryant to lead the way for Flagler. He trails by 3. Jaguars with the basketball. On the curl, Miguel. Deflected out of bounds. And last touch by Flagler. That was Jackson Fortnight. Crawford with a rare perimeter jump shot, no good. Rebounded by Lucas White. Tyshawn to Tyree, looking for the assist. Myers can't deliver. And we've got a foul inside. Chase Fiddler trying to ward off Darren Lucas White, who is a terror on the boards. Lucas White giving up about 4 inches, but still getting it to Vitti for the slam. David Vitti immediately paying dividends as the fan favorite Vitti flushes on the feed. Five-point game. Jaguars' largest lead in the early going has been 6. Lemons kicks it out to Bryant. He nails it. Malik Bryant. Three-point field goal. Cuts the lead to 2. Vitti into the corner. Vitti being physical out there with Fiddler in low, as is Crawford against his defender. Up and under move, and he shoots it over the backboard, gets his own, misses it, tries to chase it down. As Crawford won't miss 2 from that close in your life. A little shake and bake, dance step up and under. Beautiful move. Knight, Alpharetta, Georgia, Blessed Trinity Catholic High School. And we're deadlocked at 18. This Flagler team 8-10 on the season, 2-5 in Peach Belt Conference play. They're 4-6 on the road thus far this year. Losers of 2 consecutive. Vitti rises and fires. Had to get that one off with the shot clock winding down. Knight working against Myers. Good ball on man defender from the perimeter, closing out, but not there in time. Lemons squeezes that one home. 21-18, Flagler with their first lead. Crawford triple team and a traveling violation.
We have a media.
Tyshawn Crawford heads over to the bench as we have a timeout on the floor. Just a little over halfway through, or near the halfway mark of the first half, the Jaguars trailing by 3 to Flagler, 21-18. Amongst the elite teams in the country, top 5 rating. Suffered a loss to Virginia Union on the road. They were then 22nd ranked, meaning Virginia Union, when we lost to them. And that dropped the Jaguars to 15th. And since then, they've been on a climb from 15th to 13th. 13th to 12th. 12th to 11th. Then down to 9th. And ascending to the 6th place position. 6th rated team in the country in Division II basketball is the men's program at Augusta University. Is Chris Britt now on the floor, and the Jaguars in a 2-3 zone with Vitti, Timmy Sellers on the floor, and Jaquez Kirby. So Britt and Sellers seeing their first action as the second media timeout as they get it down low, and the reverse move is good. That's Boom Reeves. Freshman out of Pittsburgh, 6'7". Flagler now with their largest lead at 5. Britt turning the corner. Miguel up and under move out to Britt, who rises and fires. That's off. Reeves with the board. Puts it in the hands of number 3, Spencer Bain. In the corner is Lemons. Go with a pair of smallish guards, which allows Coach Dipmitris to go that way, as well as Lemons. With his 3rd triple, Jalen Lemons likes the sight lines inside of this facility. David Vitti gets it in low and knows what to do with it. So the junior from Beaufort, Georgia, his second field goal, he's got 4. Jaguar deficit is 6. From the top, it's Lemons, wide open. In the corner, Kirby. What can Q do for you? Jaquez Kirby, his first field goal. Kirby with 5. Ball tipped up and in. Boom Reeves active on the boards. Kirby to Sellers. Britt drives and kicks. Kirby rises up. Shot no good. Bain with the board. We've got a shot clock issue. And so they'll fix the shot clock issue. And we'll take a media timeout. 7:56 left to play. We're in the opening half. And the Jaguars, 6 rated, trail by 5. Jaguar players immortalized. Miguel placed in that lineup as well. We get a chance to see the fatheads, as they like to call them. Normally you see those on the road as a distraction. Looking to utilize those when the Flagler players go to the line to make them reconsider things, have nightmares in their dreams thinking about the Jaguars being all over them. As we're back to live action here inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse, Saturday afternoon basketball. And that's a rejection. Swatted away, the cheerleaders in harm's way of Tyshawn Crawford. Beautiful rejection on the shot by Kyle Young. Shot clock is inside of 10. Young has it. Out on the perimeter. He likes to get to the basket, working against Jaquez Kirby, who reaches in and commits the personal foul. So Young showing the ability to put the ball on the deck.
Jaquez Kirby, that's his first. It's Augusta's first foul. At the line, shooting two, Kyle Young.
Young making the first field goal. Making the first free throw, that is. Young, the second leading scorer on his team, averaging 15 points, 9 rebounds. A little better than 2 assists a game and nearly 2 steals. Young with 4. Lemons, dribble penetration out to Baines. Good ball fake, gets it into traffic, gives it off to Young. It's rejected again by Tyshawn. There's a whistle as that one hit on the end line. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Just under 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Throw it over the top. Reeves gives way to Bain. Bain at the top of the circle, goes to Young. Shot is wildly off mark. Rebounded by Vitti. High ball screen. Britt still on the floor for the Jags. To Vitti. Rises up. Looking for the dribble handoff. Nothing available. Figueroa. So both teams cooling off after a fast start. The Jaguars were shooting just under 53%, and Flagler shooting a red-hot 70%. Britt drives by the defender. Figueroa gets it off. Tyshawn underneath. He's hammered. The ball deflects off the head of Jaquez Kirby. No harm, no foul on that one, but it was a foul.
That's his first, the team's
as it was registered against Kyle Young. Young picks up his first, the team's third. 6:06 left. And Tyshawn Crawford heads to the line for the first time.
In the game for the Saints, number 5, Tyler Collier, number 0, Jack Spotlight, and number 24, Malik Bryant. Back in the game for Augusta, number 30, Dimitri Gardner, and number 5, Miguel.
Tyshawn on the season, more free throw attempts than the team, most of them almost combined. On the season, the Jaguars have shot 288 free throws entering the game. Tyshawn has 105 of them. But Crawford makes good, cuts the lead to 5 as we reach the 6-minute mark. Dimitri Gardner, who started in this game, back on the floor. Right wing pass to Bryant for 3. Bryant back on the floor and immediately paying dividends. That's his second 3. He's got 10. Lemons with 9. Those are your leading scorers for Flagler. Inside, Crawford with the right hand. Crawford now with 10. Bryant working against Gardner to the rack.
Foul is on the Jaguars, Dimitri Gardner. His first, Augusta's second foul. At the line, shooting two, Malik Bryant.
So Malik Bryant, 6'3", an explosive player, getting it done. .71% free throw shooter, misses the second one. And the ball was deflected out of bounds. They said last touch by the Jaguars. They put 20 seconds on the shot clock. Collier on the floor. Bought Knight. Lefty layup, no good, but followed in by Collier. Collier's first field goal. 6 leading scorers, Collier, averaging 7 points a game, along with 4.5 rebounds. Tyree to the bucket. He's hacked in the act.
Foul is on the Saints, Boone Reed. That's his first, the team's fourth foul. At the line for Augusta, Tyree Myers.
Myers, 53 of 64 on the season, nearly 83% at the line.
Checking in for the Saints, number 2, Chase Flagler.
Tyree Myers knocking down a pair of free throws on his first visit. He's got 7. Already a couple of assists as well, as that one's kicked out of bounds off the kneecap of Reeves. Miguel steps into one. The iron unkind. Bryant setting up Gardner. Goes cross court just over the fingertips of Myers, who closes out on Fiddler. Fiddler tried to flop. Referee wasn't having it. And now Miguel with Crawford underneath. He being harassed by Collier, who picks up the personal foul.
The foul is on Flagler's number 5, Tyler Collier. That's his first, the team's fifth. We also have a bench warning on Augusta.
So Collier picks up the personal foul, and then the official registering a bench warning to Coach Dimitris. Shot clock at 20. Tyree fakes the 3, drives the lane. We're going to count the basket and a foul.
The foul is on Flagler's Jack's block night. His first, the team's.
Tyree Myers on an explosive move to the hole. Got the hoop and some harm. Misses the free throw. First miss by the Jaguars in this game. Come away with a steal. 9 points for Myers. Dimitri Gardner elevates. It's blocked. And that's kicked. This Flagler team using every limb possible to slow down this 6-rated team in all the land. They've got them down by 5. The Jaguars trail as the under 4 timeout comes with 3:43 left to play. This is Jaguar basketball on the Peach Belt Sports Network.
We are soulful, legendary in our own right, and undeniably funky. Home to an experience like no other. And nestled on the warm banks of the mighty Savannah River, Augusta is calling you. Welcome to a place of charm and opportunity, and a customized experience. Here we build, think, grow, and forge. Augusta University, an experience like no other.
As we're back to live action with some of the replays from the first half thus far. Good curl and excellent pass over the top to Vitti. Kirby lining up one and knocking it home. And then the other way, Flagler, aggressive, not believing the shot's going to go in, continuing to stay in touch. Crawford just nailing anything within his reach. On the perimeter, tries to close out, but not in time as Bryant off to a fast start. And Tyshawn showing the right hand, and if he uses that, he's unstoppable. Now, officials working this one, Damon Tillman, Carl Pund, and Jordan Arnold. As play resumes. 5 on the floor for the Jaguars. Arnold, along with Crawford, Vitti, Kirby, and Myers. Shot clock at 5. Miguel rises up, high floater. Slides off the backboard. Coach wanted the over the back, didn't get it, but they got control of the basketball. Saints have it. Kyle Young, step through. There's a reach-in foul against Jaquez Kirby.
That's his second.
He has his second. So Dimitri Gardner will come in for Jaquez. Checks out with 3:01 left before halftime. So they'll change the defensive assignment. Vitti will come over. And Vitti will guard Bryant. He puts Gardner on Lemon. Lemon, a three-point threat, and he nails another one. That's his 4th three-pointer of the ball game. On the season, Lemons now with those 51 made threes on the year, shooting 44% on the season. Crawford took contact, didn't get the foul call. Now he has to hustle back defensively. Dribble handoff. Lemon. That's not Lemon. Oh, yes, it is. Lemon with the ball from Balt Knight. Into the corner. Young. Tyree Myers. So the hand check against Tyree Myers, much to the chagrin of the fan base behind me. Inbounds, Lemons, another look. This time he misses everything. Try to get it to Tyshawn. Now Miguel to the basket with the reverse move. It didn't work, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Tyshawn Crawford. That's Tyshawn's first. You can tell Tyshawn with a look that says, I don't know what that is. Young lining it up and knocking it home. Kyle Young, his versatility, a riddle to Tyshawn Crawford there. Don't know if you want to step out on him because he has the ability to put it on the deck. So that extends the lead into now the largest for Flagler at 10. And there's a deflection in Young in the wrong place at the wrong time as now he goes after the official. And he needs to be careful. Flagler coaching staff want to get him out of there quickly, as that's his second personal foul. It's Crawford back at the line. Knocks down the front end. 17 fouls on Flagler, 5 on Augusta. Tyshawn Crawford recently placed on the watch list for the Division II All-American list. And some of the top players in the country. Tyshawn, as I mentioned, a potential National Player of the Year candidate. Peach Belt Conference with 3 teams ranked in the top 25. So Crawford now 4-4 from the line. Lead is 8. Gardner. To Miguel, rises up and knocks it home. That's the second triple. And back the other way, the scoop to the hoop by Tyler Collier is good. His second field goal, he's got 4. 6'8" junior from Fayetteville, Pennsylvania. Dimitri Gardner calling his own number. Front iron on that attempt. Bog Knight brings it in the front court, looks for the call from his coaching staff. Coach Selling calls it out. 20 seconds left. Got a 1-second differential between shot and game clock. They're going to call a timeout with 12.8 seconds remaining. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. So we'll try to set up a play in this particular juncture. I think it would be appropriate to get the ball in the hands of one of their bigs now. With Young on the bench with those 2 fouls, Collier would be a guy that you could look to, and if not him, then one would think either Lemons or Bryant would have been their most offensive players of this first half. Fiddler, who has had some success here in the past, has not really gotten off. He's got a couple of field goals. And actually, they've got him officially down as 1 field goal. I had him for 2. But Bryant with 11 points, Lemons with 9 lead the way for Flagler. Those are the 2 guys to look for. So get the ball to Bryant. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Guarded by Vitti. Ball screen. They get it off to the big. Collier gives it off, dribble handoff, and the layup is up and down by Fiddler. So it worked out that they got the ball in the hands of the Fiddler, and he played a nice tune to close out the first half to extend the lead to 9 at the break, 45-36. The number 6 team trails 20 minutes into this one, but there have been a second half team. Coach Dimitris will probably get in the locker room and give them a fiery speech, and they'll come out with a renewed spirit and a desire to get another win, keep that home streak, undefeated streak going. Currently 7-0 on their home floor are the Jaguars, but they trail here by a score of 45-36. Coming up next, an opportunity for you to hear from the all-time assist leader in Peach Belt Conference history, Tyree Myers. He's going to be our guest coming up in just a few moments. And also, we'll get a chance to see the special presentation at halftime to both Tyree and Miguel Arnold, who received their rewards from the conference commissioner of the Peach Belt Conference. This is Jaguar basketball on the Peach Belt Sports Network.
For your halftime entertainment, please direct your attention to center court, and let's welcome Jag Elite.
The end of my senior year of high school, one of the assistant coaches had called me, and it was kind of late in the process of getting into a school, trying to play college basketball. But I was always still looking at where to go to college at, and they just called me, told me they liked my game, they wanted to get me here on a visit, and came down here, worked out, played pickup, and then they just offered me a scholarship. And I like Augusta, I like the campus, I like the vibes here, I like Coach Dip and his winning mindset. So, I chose Augusta.
You're one of the leaders, and the Fantastic Four seniors, right?
Yes.
So tell me about that. How do you motivate the guys around you, bring them to your level, and how does that work?
I just try to keep us all grounded. I just try to lead by example, always motivated, always talking, always business-like, but still have fun. Just keep the winning mindset between everybody. We just want to win, we just want to compete, and we just play to get these banners and the rings we got last year. So I think that's a lot of motivation for us. We won a ring last year and we want another one, so we're hungry.
That national championship, right? So you guys got there. Tell me about your contributions and some of the shots you made, how you felt going into that national arena.
It was new because we've never been there, but I've played in a lot of games throughout my years, different levels, and it was just like another game. Honestly, it felt good going in there, seeing everybody, the bright lights, and playing on that floor, and getting to play against Northwest Missouri State. They've been there 3 straight times. But it was great. It was a great experience, and we definitely want to go back this year, and we definitely have the talent and team to get back there this year and actually win.
That's great. Tell me about growing up. So how did you get into basketball growing up, and influences on your life? How was your parents influencing how you got into the sport?
I started with football because football season is first. And then I went around to basketball, and basketball season came probably around 5 years old, 6. And I played for a rec team, and it just started from there. My parents put me in a basketball, and it was basketball, football, basketball, football, basketball, football, all the way up until high school, where I got injured in football. I think my freshman year, I think I tore my ACL, and I came back the next year, and my basketball coach basically said, if you don't play football this year, you can start on varsity, basically. So that was the last of football, and sophomore year of high school, I played varsity, and I've just been playing basketball ever since.
How do you feel about the national championship? Maybe this again this year. How do you feel as a team? How's that looking? You got the Fantastic Four coming here with the 4 seniors. Got a strong team. How do you feel about all that?
We feel great. We came in August and started work. I've been here since July, but everybody came back in August, and we all been working hard, and we all have that motivation to get back to the chip and get back and win it this year. We all know how I felt last year after we lost, and it was like, we got to do it again. We got to be back. So that motivation will be here all year, and it's going to be said every day at practice. Like, we know what we're playing for, and it's all about the next game. We're not looking ahead or anything like that. It's next game. We just want to get better day by day. So hopefully that leads us to the championship and actually winning it this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, very good. Good luck.
My name is Haley Dowdy, and this is my Augusta University story. I come from a small town, Wrench, Georgia. Not a lot of people know about it. It's very rural. When you're in the country, you don't have a lot of stuff to do, especially as a child. You can play outside, but I wasn't really big on the outdoors. I stayed inside and I watched cartoons. And so I never really drawed much. I just kind of watched, and then I started drawing in middle school. So some of the specific artworks I did in the past, I drew a lot of anime, I drew a lot of just general cartoons. When I went from high school to college, do I want to do animation? I was scared that if I did it, I would hate doing it, because I did it as a hobby and not as a career. And so I was very hesitant to go into the animation industry and go into school because I thought maybe I'd end up hating it and that I wouldn't be good enough to be at that point. And I started doing art classes, and I went into the first class that we do, Animation History and Fundamentals, and I actually handled a little bit of like each kind of section of animation in those classes, and I loved it. But if you're doing something you're passionate about, you know this is what you want to do. It feels like this is what you were put in this world to do. And it's just a very liberating feeling, and it gives you confidence, like, hey, this is me, this is what I'm doing, and I'm proud of what I do.
Prior to the game, we got a chance to see some of the accolades that were given to some outstanding student athletes here at Augusta University, starting with Miguel Arnold. Recognized by the Peach Belt Conference Commissioner, Coach Dip Mitras, and the assembled masses, Miguel holding the honor of being the all-time leading three-point shooter in Peach Belt Conference history, scored a ton of buckets, and he has the basketball in recognition. A special moment for Miguel Arnold. And I know his family's watching back in Puerto Rico and Florida, and excited for his success here at Augusta University. And then one of his buddies, Tyree Myers, coming out as well. Again, recognition from the Peach Belt Conference as the all-time leading assist man in Peach Belt Conference history. Tyree Myers' name on the basketball, something that'll go in he and Miguel's trophy case. And look at that picture. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Young men are understating it, but you know it means so much to them as well. As this is halftime, I'm Charles McNeil. Happy to have you guys with us. Darren Douglas is on assignment. His Grovetown team is playing in region basketball action today, but I'm happy to be courtside with you to look over some of the numbers from the first half and some of the first half highlights as well. As the Jaguars, the 6th-rated team in all the land, we trail at halftime 45-36, a 9-point deficit. But again, the Jaguars have been behind in the past, even here on the home floor, and have come from behind time and time again to get the victory. 11 straight wins on the season, and looking forward to some great success with shots like that from the perimeter. But this Flagler team, as they find a way to get everybody involved. 2 players in double figures for Flagler. Augusta with just 1 thus far, and that was the man who flushed it home, Tyshawn Crawford, with 12 points and 2 rebounds. Also has 2 block shots in the first half. Wes Kirby getting fouled on that play there. Jalen Lemons has been exciting, as has been their big guys in front. Kyle Young with 6 points. You saw him on a foray to the hole. Malik Bryant has been a man on the mission. Fiddler attacking the rack. He's just so long. And Crawford with the reverse move, he's just unstoppable. Like I said, 12 points in the first half for the big fella. Tyree Myers getting the award and then showing you why he is capable of doing so many things on the basketball floor. The extension of Demetrius on the floor, Tyree Myers, the point guard, driving the lane there. And Myers in that first half with 9 points, just shy of double digits. Look at the feed right there to Vidi. Vidi contributing with 4 points in that first half. 6 points for Miguel Arnold, 5 points for Jaquez Kirby. Individual shooting for Augusta, 12 of 32 in the first half. That's 37.5%. Their three-point shooting, 4 of 13, just under 31%. And free throw shooting, 8 of 9 in the first half, 88.9% for Flagler. They've tickled the twine, 6 of 14 from distance, 42.9%. Overall shooting, 18 of 31, 58.1%, and free throw shooting, 3 of 4 for Flagler in the first half. The leading scorers for Flagler, talented guard, knocking down 4 threes, 4 of 6 from long range, Jalen Lemons, and then 2 of 3 from distance, Malik Bryant. He had 12, so 12 for Lemons and 11 for Bryant. The guards shall lead them as there's Bryant there from the corner with the 3 ball. The biggest lead for both sides, Flagler with a 10-point advantage. Augusta led by 6 early on. The best scoring run, a 13-0 run by Flagler and a 5-0 run for Augusta in that first half. We've had 1 lead change and 1 tie thus far in the game. Flagler has led it for 11 minutes and 16 seconds, and Augusta the rest. As far as turnovers, Augusta leads it, points off turnovers that is, 9-4. Augusta with the advantage on points off turnovers. Paint points belong to Flagler, 22-16. Second chance points, 6-4 with the Saints out in front. And that's some of the numbers that matter to you. The bench points as well. A big reason why Flagler's out ahead is they lead at 10-4 in bench points. So those are just some of the numbers as we prepare for the start. We're about a minute away from the start, so we'll take a 60-second timeout, come back with more. This is Jaguar Basketball on the Peach Belt Sports Network.
We have a unique
Second half is underway. Kyle Young back on the floor with those 2 fouls, and there's a bump and a turnover. It's a great job by Dimitri Gardner to stop the drive by Kyle Young. Underneath, Tyshawn Crawford, layup, no good. There's a whistle and a foul. Kyle Young was frustrated as he'll have to have a seat, and Collier will come in for him.
Checking in for the Saints, number 5, Tyler.
Kyle Young did not like the defensive stand by Dimitri Gardner. As Tyree Myers misfires on the shot attempt. Fiddler with the board. That's Bryant into the front court. Bryant elevates over Gardner, who reaches in and commits the personal foul.
Foul on the Jaguars, Dimitri Gardner. That's his second. It's Augusta's first foul in the second half. At the line for the Saints, Malik Bryant.
So 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Kirby nearly traveled. Myers. Miguel drives the lane, gets in deep. Miguel lays it up and in. Miguel Arnold with the field goal. Arnold with 8. Fiddler kicks it out to Lemons. Pump fake, jumper is good. Jalen Lemons, the sophomore out of Cincinnati, Wallace State Community College transfer, has 5 threes in the game, 15 points overall. Tyree Myers lines up 1. It rattles out, no good. And Jaguars down by 11. Lemons, dribble penetrate. Flagler has control, kicks in the left wing corner. Now Bryant drives the lane. Bryant, his floater is no good, but there's a reach in and a foul.
Foul was on the Jaguars, Tyree Myers. That's his second, Augusta's second. Back at the line for the Saints, Malik Bryant.
So Malik Bryant heads to the line. Bryant nails a pair of free throws. He's got 13. So 13 for Bryant, 15 in the game for Lemons. Jaguars getting in deep. Miguel underneath the basket, fortunate to keep the possession to Augusta University. Trailing by 13, our largest deficit. Left wing corner, Miguel on the fall away. His 3 is no good. Kirby has it. Elevates up over Fiddler. No good. His tip, no good. Fiddler with the board. Lemon drives against traffic, gives it off for the floater. No good. Up on, and there's a steal by Figueroa. Make that buck night. 3. Fiddler.
Chase Fiddler.
Fiddler. So Augusta University calls a timeout. 17:05 left to play. 54-38. The Jaguars trail by 16 on your Peach Belt Sports Network.
Story that deserves to be told. We are ambitious, brave, fearless, and fresh. When others see challenges, we see opportunities. We have an innovative spirit that runs through our veins. It inspires us to reimagine and recreate the future, and not to only be different, but to make a difference.
I help discover treatments that make a difference in patients' lives.
I inspire my students to achieve their full potential.
Seeing student athletes perform at their best drives me, the coach.
I feel at home here, training side by side with experts in cybersecurity.
I'm dedicated to train our future leaders to serve our country.
I'm the first in my family to attend college.
I roar for Jag Nation. We're ambitious and fearless.
I'm driven to protect and serve Jag Nation.
A calling.
A campus.
A legacy.
A roar.
Augusta University is an experience like no other.
Tyshawn Crawford again uses the right hand. Dimitris coming out of the timeout, getting back-to-back buckets for the Jaguars as they try to climb back in this one, trailing by 11. 4-0 run by the Jags as they try to answer. Knight shot no good. This is the point where the Jaguars can get a little spurt ability going as Tyrese Myers has the basketball. Goes over to David Vitti. He rises up. His jump shot trickles off, no good. Kirby fights for the loose ball. And the referees are going to call a foul against Kirby. So Jaquez Kirby will pick up the personal foul against Fiddler, who tried to box him out. And that's Kirby's third personal foul. So Dimitri Gardner will come in.
For the Jaguars, number 30, Dimitri Gardner. First, we have a media timeout.
So an 11-point game, 54-43, 15:56 media timeout on the floor. This is Jaguar basketball on your Peach Belt Sports Network.
Soulful, legendary in our own right, and undeniably funky. Home to an experience like no other. And nestled on the warm banks of the mighty Savannah River, Augusta is calling you. Welcome to a place of charm and opportunity, and a customized experience. Here we build, think, grow, and forge. Augusta University, an experience like no other.
Back inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse, the Flagler Saints during the timeout discussing this little bit of a run that the Jaguars have put on, but fortunately for the Saints, instead of it being a blocking foul on the part of Fiddler, it's an over-the-back foul registered against Jaquez Kirby. So with 15:56 left to play, Kirby picking up his third personal foul. And now they'll return with number 1, Figueroa on the floor. Figueroa and Bryant, along with Lemons, they're the 3-guard combination as that one knocked out of bounds by Vitti. Fiddler. Who can play the 2, 3, and 4 is in the 4 slot, and Collier in the 5 as he and Tyshawn Crawford having conversations, and Augusta with full court pressure. They'll throw it to Bryant, guarded by Vitti. And now Jaguars with token pressure, they'll back it off. Bryant trying to get ahead of steam, turns the corner, drives the lane, lays it up and in. Bryant is so explosive. Malik Bryant, 15 points in the game, the junior out of Fort Mill. Vitti rises and fires. Yes, David Vitti for 3. So Vitti with tickling the twine for his 7th point of the game. And the lead is down to 10. It had ballooned to 15 and now down to 10. The Jaguars at every 4-minute break are trying to get it down another 4 points or so. We've seen it before and they're trying to do it again. As this time Vitti underneath, jostling against Bryant, commits the personal foul.
That's his first, the team's 4th foul.
Lemons to trigger. Collier has it, double teamed by the Jaguars, and then they throw it away. Whoa, my goodness. Oh, my. Wow, the official must have eyes in the back of his head. He had his head turned toward the end line, and Lemons fell down. He and Tyree Myers got tied up. And they called something that wasn't a foul. So Bryant kicks it out. Collier for 3. Got it. Tyler Collier. So Flagler said, we made this long trip. We might as well play them, give them a good run, and they certainly have, up by 13. Miguel being guarded by Lemons, and a foul against Lemons. Saints playing with house money, 8-10 record, 2-5 in Peach Belt Conference play, 4-6 on the road, losers of 2 consecutive games. They've got nothing to lose against the 6th-rated team in the country. Playing loose and in control as now Tyshawn has it against Kyer. Spin move, back to the right hand, lays it up and in. Again, he is unstoppable. Post him up. If you don't double or triple team him, Tyshawn Crawford can back you in. And now that he has the right hand, he becomes a completely different animal. A Jaguar that can hunt and eat with the best of them. Tyshawn, proficient at the line, 5 of 5 from the stripe. So Crawford now with 15 in the game, and the lead is back down to 10. From the perimeter, there's a drive by Bryant. Tyshawn couldn't get there to close it out, and Bryant again, Malik Bryant, now with 17. Beatty misfires on the 3 ball, 12-point deficit. Quick shot by Augusta, now to get it underneath. Kyer with the 2-hand slam. Kyer, the junior, with the field goal there. He's got 9. Gardner. Tyshawn goes up with the right hand again and scores. He's been working on it, and it shows. (63-51), 12-point deficit. Underneath, Miguel with the strip, but he was on the sideline.
Subbing for the Saints, number 3, Spencer Bain, back in for the Jaguars for 25.
And we'll see what happens here as the Jaguars with 3 subs in off the bench. Jaquez Kirby coming back in. Chris Britt as well. So the freshman Britt on the floor to guard Bain. When they go small, we go small. And now Bain to the bucket, swatted. Miguel coming up, kicks it over left side into the corner. Kirby wasn't ready for it. Now back out to Britt. Tyshawn backing him down. Kyer, Bain coming over to double team, elevates. Offensive foul called on Tyshawn Crawford. He lowered the head, put it in the chest of Kyer, and officials found him flagrant there as he got the ball and commits the personal foul. So 12-point deficit, 63-51, Jaguars trailing as we get close to the under 12 timeout. Ideally, the Jaguars would like to see that lead by Flagler down to 8 by that time, as there's a gorgeous reverse move, but no finish on the part of Lemons. Make that on the part of Figueroa. Miguel, the up and under move, goes over the top. Pulled in by Britt, who hits Miguel in the corner. Now it's Tyshawn spinning. Tyshawn back to the right hand. Again, Tyshawn Crawford. We've seen the right hand as often as we've seen it all season long. That's the 4th or 5th time he's used that right hand. As now Miguel trying to guard Lemon, who held them up. Do not give Lemon any room. Kyer at the top of the circle, looking for a cutter. They like to run that Princeton backdoor cut from the top. Fake like you're going outside and cut back. Bain clearing up the floor. Now drives, elevates, puts it off the window. No good. Britt knocks it up against the backboard to allow Kirby to get the board. And here come the Jaguars, and I think the fan base is ready to go nuts as Miguel rises up. And it comes off short. No good. Bain into the front court. He's got a couple of players trailing, so he'll slow it down as well as they'll run a set play. Kirby coming out against Fiddler. That's Lemon being guarded by the freshman Britt. Ball screen, there's the backdoor cut, they didn't see it. Collier being bumped out there by Myers. Shot clock down to 5, Fiddler for 3, and he's got it. Chase Fiddler doing what he did here last year. Histrionics following his jump shot as the lead is back up to 13 with 10:55 left and a timeout on the floor. The Jaguars trail 66-53, the 6th rated team in the country, undefeated on this home floor through 7 contests, and undefeated in Peach Belt Conference play in first place in the conference as well. Number 6 in the country, 16-1 record, the lone blemish to Virginia Union on the road. And this crowd is in a stunned silence as the cheerleaders and Jag Elite and the pep band try to keep them entertained. This is uncharacteristic of a performance here in the second half as Dip Metris in his 19th season, using all the tricks in the trade. He has been through the wars, trying to come up with the winning formula to get this team over the top. Flagler is shooting lights out in this contest. As pressure on the part of Flagler will send Miguel Arnold into the backcourt. Jaquez Kirby will join him in the backcourt as well. So the inbounds to Tyree Myers. Chris Britt has it. And they'll try to trap him if they can. Gets it across with 2 seconds to spare. Britt, the ball fake. Kirby lays it up. It rattles off, no good, and now the outlet. Lemons busts out. Fortunate Kirby didn't get called for his 4th on that one. Kyle Young to Boom Reeves underneath. Reeves scores the bucket. 3rd field goal for Reeves. He's got 6. 68-53. Myers rises and fires. So many times we've needed big baskets, and Tyree Myers seems to always come through as he does here, and that was a huge one. Cuts the deficit down to 12. Still a ton of time left, just inside of 10 minutes left in regulation. Kyle Young hadn't had a shot in a while, so why not? Highly emotional player is Kyle Young. Miguel Arnold, Jaguars. Who's going to knock it down? Who's going to get hot down the stretch? Why not? Tyshawn Crawford, up and under move, pump fake, and Kyle Young will pick up the personal foul as he never found a foul that he liked.
The foul is on the same Kyle Young. That's his 4th, the team's 4th.
Kyle Young's 4th foul, in total disagreement with the official's call as it comes with 9:16 left. Collier has been a solid replacement for him in the lineup, though. Tyshawn back at the line. And his first miss of the game at the free throw line.
Number 5, Tyler Collier, number 24, Malik Bryant. Checking in for your Augusta Jaguars, David Beatty.
Tyshawn misses a pair here. 68% free throw shooter who was 5 of 7 in the game. 110 made free throws for Tyshawn. The closest Jaguar to him is Tyree Myers with 53 entering this afternoon's action. 3 ball is good. Fiddler cannot leave him open down the stretch. He will get heated up and we'll have some problems. So Fiddler with 9 from distance, meaning 3 3-point field goals. And 2 two-point shots. He's got 13. Tyshawn, double team. Jump hook, no good. Kirby can't get there. Ball tipped out. There's Myers. Myers goes left side. Miguel, we need it. Back iron, no good. Over the back by Vitti, no call. Here comes Bryant, working against Kirby and Vitti. Underneath, he lays it up and in. 6'3", working against 6'5" and 6'6". And it's Malik Bryant who wins out in that one. So Bryant now with 19. Tyree Myers forcing the issue. Miguel drives the lane. And there's a reach in and a foul as the coaching staff from Flagler thought they might have gotten away with one as the ball dribbled off the knee of Miguel Arnold. Tyshawn Crawford getting a rest for the stretch run. The Jaguars going small as Tim Sellers comes in the lineup. Four key members of last year's championship run on the floor. Miguel Arnold inside, misfires. Rebounded by Kirby, elevates, and he's fouled by Collier. That'll be the 16th foul. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 7:58 left in regulation. The Jaguars trailing 73-56. This is Jaguar basketball on the Peach Belt Sports Network.
We are soulful, legendary in our own right, and undeniably funky. Home to an experience like no other. And nestled on the warm banks of the mighty Savannah River, Augusta is calling you. Welcome to a place of charm and opportunity, and a customized experience. Here we build, think, grow, and forge. Augusta University, an experience like no other.
Back inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse. Jaguars in need of a run. It could start at the free throw line because the Jaguars will be shooting a bevy of free throws from here on out. This will be a two-shot opportunity. Tyshawn Crawford on the bench for the Jaguars with 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 block shots thus far. Jaquez Kirby coolly buries the first one. 82% free throw shooter, 14 of 17 on the season, and he knocks down a pair. Kirby's first points here in the second half. He's got 7. And now you see this Flagler team looking to work some clock. Fiddler way out high. Reeves underneath. Fiddler. And they're going to count the basket. Jaquez Kirby with the goaltend. (75-57). The Jaguars' largest deficit at home is now 17, and there's a steal. Fiddler bringing down the house. This Flagler group brought a bunch of fans in. They inherited some from the Augusta native, from Augusta Christian, Dowdy, who was here for the first game. And they are beginning the celebration, but still tons of time left on the clock. Jaguars down by 19. 3 Jaguars surround, actually 4 Jaguars surrounding that board, as now Vitti has it. Off to Myers. Kirby. Back door, underneath. Vitti with the reverse, no good. Sellers lays it up, no good. Tipped up, no good. 3 tries for the Jaguars and no basket that time for Augusta. Fiddler to Collier. They're running their sets. Bryant, back door. Collier kept it alive to Reeves, out high. Now Bryant, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Fiddler drives the lane. Fiddler, acrobatic move by Chase Fiddler. Fiddler's having his second half. He's got 13 in the second, 17 now in the ball game. They held him in check in the first half. Tyree Myers drives inside. His scoop, no good. Rebounded by Kirby. Kirby will bring it out. No, that's Sellers bringing it out. Sellers loses control of the basketball out of bounds.
In the game for Augusta,
Coach Demetris wanted a foul underneath.
Number 12, number 4, Daniel Allen.
And they're going to change the ruling. Changing the ruling on this one to Augusta basketball. Jaguars trailing by 21. And now Daniel Allen checks in. His first action of the ball game. Tyshawn back on the floor as well. Seaman on the floor as the reserve unit out there. And Chris Britt knocks down the field goal. So Coach Demetris substituting generously, and the young guy comes through with the field goal. Chris Britt, first field goal of the game. The freshman out of Gastonia, North Carolina. Carson Seaman on the floor. As is Alvar Petinami. 3-ball. Chase Fiddler from 35 feet away. Told you he likes the sight lines in this building. The transfer from Bob Jones. Lefty layup is good. Peltonimi with his first field goal. The freshman out of Finland. Can't trade baskets, 82-63, especially when they're getting threes and we're getting twos. Carson Seaman guarding Bryant, drives by him to the basket, rejects the shot, does Seaman. But there's a whistle and a foul. So Carson Seaman, the freshman out of Cincinnati.
Carson Seaman, his first, Augusta's 6th foul.
Malik Bryant.
Let's go. Get the rebound. Get out, guys. Come on now, Lou. Yeah, Carson.
So Bryant with another miss. Now 5 of 7 from the charity stripe. Tyshawn thought about the backdoor feed. Now Chris Britt with another 3-ball. Chris Britt, known to be a distributor, but he was a scorer in high school, and he's showcasing his scoring skills here. 17-point deficit. 4 minutes left. Britt down in the stance. Guarding against the guard. Kicks it out. Collier gives it back in the hands of Balknight. Shot clock in the 8. Driving. Kicking out in the wing. Fiddler turning and facing. Catch and shoot. No good. Long rebound. To half court. What a save to Balknight. Chase Fiddler. They don't need a shot. He'll back it out. Daniel Allen needs to get the ball out of the hands of Bryant. Both teams with 16 fouls. Into the corner. Jump shot. No good. Rebounded easily. And here come the Jaguars. Carson Seaman. Dribbles. Kicks it over. Daniel Allen. Got to take the shot. Step back. No, he didn't like it. Outside, it's Britt. Britt drives the lane. Britt to the basket with the left hand. Chris Britt to the basket with the left hand. It's the Chris Britt show, ladies and gentlemen. Pull up a chair and enjoy the action. Oh, my. two-point field goal by Chris Britt, coming after back-to-back three-pointers. Talked about the 19 years that Coach has had on the bench, and he has pulled a rabbit out of his hat right there with Chris Britt, the freshman out of Gastonia. Here's another look. The left-hand reverse takes some hoop and some harm. Why don't you? 83-68, 15-point deficit for the Jaguars. Another look at Chris Britt on the foray to the hole. That's the sensational finish. As the Augusta University Jaguar cheerleaders flipping out at that move by Chris Britt. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to miss any of the action of Jaguar basketball as it continues against our arch rival, USC Aiken, this coming Wednesday. We're on the road to Aiken, South Carolina, 7:30 for the men's contest, 5:30 for the ladies. That is this coming Wednesday, January the 25th. Then the Jaguars are on the road again on Saturday at Clayton State in Morrow, Georgia. That's 1:30 and 3:30, your start times. Both of those games will be on the Peach Belt Sports Network. But if you can, and you're nearby, head over to USC Aiken and support the Jaguars. We'll be back here a week from Wednesday, February the 1st, when we host North Georgia. And then Georgia College and State University in back-to-back home games. So following this game here, as the free throw by Britt is no good. Britt on the season was 3 of 5 before that miss. 15-point deficit nearing the 3-minute mark. Lemon back on the floor. Peltonami. Stepping inside, they kick it out to Collier, closing out. Front iron on the shot, rebounded by Peltonami. Daniel Allen drives the lane. Daniel Allen with the floater, no good. Tyshawn Crawford with the flush with flavor. Look at the follow-up by Tyshawn Crawford. Crawford, with no regard for human life, he grabs the basketball and come get some, why don't you? No challengers there. So Crawford at the line. He drills it. Unofficially, Tyshawn with 22 points, 12-point deficit, nearing the 2-minute mark. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Locked down defensively, Carson Seaman. Turning and facing, off-balance shot, oh my goodness. What a shot. Wow. That's Bryant with that field goal. What a game Bryant has had. 14-point deficit. Tyshawn gets pushed, goes with the reverse. There's a foul, they say, on the floor, but that'll be, they're over the limit nonetheless. So it'll be a 1-and-1 situation for Tyshawn.
1-and-1, Tyshawn Crawford.
Got to have both of these. But it starts with the first one. Crawford knocks down the first. Seven of 9 from the line for Tyshawn Crawford. As we've got a technical foul on the Augusta bench in between the free throws. So the Jaguars started off the season the top 5 in the nation, dropped down to number 15, and then elevated back into the top 10 again landing in the 6th place position. Has that on the line. So Crawford makes the second one. So Crawford with a pair of free throws, 87-73, 1:47 left, and we've got a timeout on the floor.
On the road this Wednesday night, the 25th. Augusta's at USC Aiken this Wednesday night. The next Jaguar home game is Wednesday, February the 1st, as Augusta hosts North Georgia. Again, get on the road this week. Support USC Aiken on the 25th.
We're all set for this final stretch. Jaguars down by 14. This is a 5-possession game. Miguel Arnold on the bench. And 4 reserves in a diamond formation with Tyshawn Crawford as the anchor. Looking for a steal. Couldn't get it. So now they need to foul. 100 seconds left. Crawford will come out. And they're going to let it go. This is a big possession here. Inside of 10 seconds. Do not foul now. No need to foul. On the drive. They kick it in the corner. 4 seconds. Jump shot. Rattles off. No good. They get the extra opportunity. Collier with the board. So Flagler. Looks like they have it under control. Bryant. Shot clock at 5. Bryant. Spin move. Bryant loses the defender, and Seaman picks up the personal foul.
Foul on Augusta's number 22, Carson Seaman. His second, the 7th foul. At the line for the Saints, Malik Bryant.
So Jaguars.
We don't want to watch you.
Winners of 11 consecutive games will have that win streak come to a close unless they can come up with an improbable close in this one. Trailing by 15 with Bryant at the line. And now it becomes a 6-possession game. So Bryant putting on a show. Bryant, Fiddler, and Lemons in the first half. Those were the key contributors to this victory for Flagler, as they have shocked the world of the Peach Belt Conference, at least. We talked about it with the women's coach, interim coach Celeste Stewart, about how difficult it is to play in the Peach Belt, as Carson Seaman goes flying in with 14.6 seconds left, and Dip Mitras calls a 30-second timeout just to explain how he wants to close things out, and he'll get everybody's attention and everyone's focused. It's important for them to know how to bounce back from the adversity. So 89-75, the Jaguars trailing in this contest. Eleven consecutive wins. Big victories along the way, including wins over Bowie State and Georgia Southwestern, Columbus University, Columbus State that is, Reinhardt, Newberry, Emmanuel, Georgia College, Young Harris, Lander, Columbus State again, Georgia Southwestern again, and comes down to this. We will have a matchup against Flagler at their place on February the 18th. Ten more games on the schedule. But after 40 minutes of basketball, it's the fellas from St. Augustine who come away with the victory on the road as they win for the 5th time this season away from home. Their 3rd victory in Peach Belt Conference play and their 9th victory overall as they're victorious by a final count of 89-75. So congratulations goes out to the Saints. Huge win for them. .4-point win on the road in a very difficult place to play. As we get a chance to take a look at some of the highlights from this contest, and we get the final numbers as well. It was that man right there that got it done for him. Malik Bryant with 25 points in the game. Chase Fiddler with 22. For Fiddler, who had 4 points at halftime, 18 in the second half. Bryant had a solid first half with 10, finishing up with 15 in the second half. Tyshawn Crawford, the lone bright spot for Augusta, 26 points and 7 rebounds. He had 2 assists along the way as well, and 3 block shots. And Tyree Myers with 15 points, 2 rebounds. He had 2 assists as well. 8 points in the game for Chris Britt, down the stretch, 3 of 4 shooting, 2 of 3 from long range. And the Jaguars with 75 points on the board. Just a little bit off their season average. So the Jaguars did what they normally do. They just didn't get it done down the stretch. Perimeter shot put up no good. Good rather by Dimitri Gardner. As they get the ball inside, and then just a variety of things as we bring in Chad Cook. And Chad, this was not the game that the Jaguars expected out of Flagler, but when you and I did the broadcast, they played us really tough inside this building.
Well, before this season, they were the best team in this league besides us. Second last year, first year, the year before that, and so much history here. 367 days ago was the last time we lost a conference game. It was against Flagler, at Flagler. 2 years ago, when the team was ravaged by COVID, our team had 7 or 8 players in uniform. Flagler came in here and just really beat us bad. And Fiddler was doing all the antics, celebrating every made shot like he was today. Amazing game by him and Malik Bryant and the point guard, what's his name? Tyler Collier, was that him? I'm sorry. The guy that made 5 out of 7 threes. The 3 of them go 11 from 15 from 3, and it just looked like we couldn't stop them. I have a feeling Coach Mitras is upset with the defensive effort as opposed to us not being able to stop them.
Right. And again, this is a team that, our stats say that we're amongst the best in almost every category in the league, obviously being 6th rated in the country, defensive efficiency, 3-point scoring, all the things that matter to a winning formula. And then not to have it on the defensive end, which he's such a staunch defensive supporter of this team and knows what he's capable of when it locks down defensively. They were able to get any shot that they wanted in this game.
Yeah, made some tough shots. Not having Darren Lucas White means something. Our team is obviously extremely good and proven. It's not the deepest team in the world. A lot of times we play 7 or 8 guys, and so not having one of your starters, one of your 5th-year guys who's so effective, and the best defensive player in the conference, Darren Lucas White, makes a huge difference. And then they just get on that roll. And as you know, we've gotten behind in a lot of games so far this season, and so many people have been telling me recently that's going to catch up to us. It did today.
Yeah, we had a 6-point victory on the road in this recent road swing, and held on for a win in that one. It was a seesaw affair. The Jaguars made a late run to win the game after having an early lead, and so again, when we're facing this conference, you and I have talked about it off air. It's one of the best in the country with 3 nationally ranked teams this season.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Flagler came in with a 2-5 record in conference. We're 7-0 coming in. Get beat by was it 14? It was 21 at one point on our own floor. We played Georgia Southwestern a few nights ago in a hostile environment, but they were 2-5 or 2-4 going in. We beat them to make them 2-5. But to your point, we're up 12 with 4 minutes to go, and they make it a 1-possession game by the end of the. So anybody can beat anybody on any given night, and man, I'll tell you what, Wednesday's game at USC Aiken is always a big game, an emotional game, a rivalry game, and this team will be coming into that game looking to bounce back and prove that they have that fire, that they have the hunger that it takes to be as good as they want to be. So I look forward to a really exciting night at Aiken Wednesday night.
Yeah, this is Chad Cook. I'm Charles McNeil, the post-game show. We come to you because Dip Mitras, obviously emotional following the game, had a chance to talk with some of the players, wanted to make sure that they were good as well in the locker room. You mentioned Darren Lucas White, and we saw him early on. What happened?
Well, he rolled his ankle yesterday in practice. I heard before the game that he was going to try to play. They asked him if he was okay. He said, we'll have to see. And, he got out there. He actually got an offensive rebound and then, drew a foul on getting another offensive rebound on the next shot attempt. And then next thing you know, he was out. And then I just kind of could tell he wasn't coming back. He definitely, even on those offensive rebounds, that was all heart and effort, despite not having his legs under him.
And then, of course, the back end of that is when Dip emptied the bench, you figure, okay, it's going to be a 30-point loss. Well, and then the young guys come in that have basically been the guys that prep the starters for, the scout team of sorts, if you like. They were all parts of this major thing that's a national power, but these guys come in and do some work to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, Chris Britt played great. He came in here, he's a proven player. He averaged, I think it was 27 points a game. I think it's, gosh, I hope I don't get this wrong, but I think it's Gaston Day in Charlotte. Mm-hmm. And, just a big-time high school player and, is capable of so much. But, guys like him and Carson Seaman, they're on a team with guys who have been playing college basketball 5 and 6 seasons, some of them, got all the way to the national championship game last season. So it's hard to break in and get minutes, when the guys in front of you are so experienced. But they got a chance here today, and they, we go from down 21 to down 12 at one point, and Chris Britt came in, made a couple threes, got an and one. He was playing with fire, and I think I couldn't quite hear what Coach Mitras was saying when he called timeout and gathered the guys at half court, but I think he was saying to the veterans, these guys are coming in here playing with fire, playing with hunger, and if you can't match that, I've got choices when it comes to who plays. So, great job by Chris Britt, Carson Seaman. I'm sorry.
Alvar?
Yeah. Those guys, Daniel Allen, being ready playing like they're ready, playing like they're capable of making a huge impact because they did. And, that will make them more ready when they get another opportunity. It'll make, the guys who start and play a lot of minutes more motivated to prove that they are true leaders in the truest sense of the word. And, everybody will be better off for it.
Again, Chad and I chatting with you as the Jaguars fell for the first time on their home floor, 89-75 in this game. The Jaguars shot 41%. That was 37% in the first half, 45% in the second half. 9 of 24 from long range, 37.5%, and 14 of 18 from the free throw line. Good shooting performance there, 77.8%, compared to this really difficult team from Flagler who shot 33 of 57, 57.9%. We don't see that on our home floor often. And then 12 of 26 from long range, making, as Chad said, some very difficult shots in the person of Bryant. And that man right there pulling up from long range, and that is the Fiddler, as I coined the name, as Chase Fiddler was on fire. Tyree Myers did his best effort to try to get us back in it, and then Tyshawn was using that right hand early and often, which is a very welcome sign to get away from the double team. That right hand is going to come in handy down the stretch, but Jaquez really couldn't get it going offensively. And the guys were matching him athletically as well. So look for him to rebound on Wednesday against USC Aiken. And Chad, I know you've got a great column coming up in Augusta Press about this one, and also about some of the other things that are happening in the sports world. Tell us what you have on tap.
Well, yeah, Jaguar fans, if they're listening right now, watching right now, they're true fans, and we appreciate them. So, theAugustaPress.com has full coverage of Augusta University basketball, whether home or away, previews, reviews, reports. There'll be one. This one won't be a fun one to write, but there'll be one about this game in the next several hours, maybe for sure by tomorrow morning at the very latest. And we also cover high school basketball when football season and baseball season are in season. We cover that as well. So high school sports in the Augusta area and Augusta University basketball, and soon Augusta University sports in general, are what we cover at theAugustaPress.com. Looking back, 12 for 26 from the three-point line for Flagler. Very good shooting. It doesn't feel like they were 12 for 26. It felt like they were more like 20 for 26. But the three guys, we called them out earlier. I think Collier, Bryant, and Fiddler combined, I think, I looked at it before I came over, for I think it was 11 out of 15. So that is a hair under 75%, and you just don't shoot like that, at any level, and they did. The other thing, you mentioned Jaquez having a tough time getting going offensively. Miguel Arnold. Played fine, probably had 12, 13 points. But in these games when we've gotten down big, Lander here at home was one of the recent ones. Miguel has had second half performances that most players, no matter how good they are, don't have maybe in their career. Just pouring in like 21 points and a half, just tough shot after tough shot, and we've won multiple games behind that kind of effort. I can think of the Emmanuel game, the Lander game off the top of my head, and the Columbus game was a lot like that on the road. We've won multiple games like that, and so you see him here today, and I'm kind of watching, wondering, is he going to detonate and lead a similar kind of comeback? But it's just not something you can count on a regular basis. A guy going for 20 and a half to bring your team back in dramatic fashion. So, the team's going to have to find something, in the fundamentals of the way they go about things to kind of get off to better starts, hold the fort down better on the defensive end, and not get these deficits that have kind of plagued us recently. Even though I say that, 16-2, 7-1 in the conference. Pretty sure. I don't think there's another. Maybe North Georgia has one loss, but I think all the teams had 2 losses coming in. So we're either going to be tied for first or still in first place after this game, going into the big USC Aiken rivalry game Wednesday.
Great place for us to close things out. Just to give you the individual numbers once again, Tyshawn Crawford with 26 points. He had 8 rebounds, make that 7 rebounds in the game. He had 2 assists and 3 blocks. He was the leading scorer for the Jaguars. 15 in the game for Tyree Myers, coming off the naming of the all-time assist leader in conference history. And then add to that 7 points in the game for David Vitti. Those are your guys of import scoring-wise. And Chris Britt off the bench in limited action, 14 minutes with 8 points. He was huge as well. As for the winning team, Flagler with 89 points on the board. They were paced by 4 players in double figures, led by Malik Bryant with 25 points. He was 7 of 10 from the free throw line and 2 of 3 from long range. You had Jalen Lemons, who had a huge first half. He finished up with 17 points, 22 for Chase Fiddler, 18 of those in the second half, and then 11 points in the game for Tyler Collier off the bench as the big man, spelling Kyle Young, who also had 6 points and 3 rebounds. So that does it from here inside of the Christenberry Fieldhouse. Special thanks to Chad Cook and this entire outstanding staff has worked this game. All the hard-working men and women. On behalf of them, I'm Charles McNeil saying thank you for watching. Your final score again, Flagler victorious 89-75 over Augusta University. We'll check with you again a week from Wednesday. Take care. Good night.